Hello and welcome. Come on in. I am getting ready to do all 12 signs with timestamps. Take a look down below. You'll see the timestamps if you want to fast forward. Now, if you do fast forward to your own sign, please make sure you hit the like button. And then just before you leave, please scroll clear to the end of the video and then pop over to another one of my videos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I am burning a little sage here in the studio just to bless, cleanse, and neutralize the energy, giving you guys a clean, fresh reading. Now, something you guys have asked me is like, how often, Tina, how often do you use sage? Now, I use it every day because it's the work I'm in. But some of you can do it every day also, and maybe you should, especially if you have teenagers in the house, because they carry a lot of crappy, clunky energy home with them. All right, we are getting ready to start here. Hang on, give me a minute. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the lucky month of May. We absolutely have some prosperity and abundance coming as far as financial matters in the month of May. A lot of that is brought on by the planet Jupiter and Saturn. Some of those planets absolutely give more energy to what's going on and can cause a surprise money find. You may come across money you didn't realize you had. You might come into some money you didn't know you had coming to you, so it might just be, oops, cut out there. Might just be a surprise. Why is that cutting out there? All right, Spirit, can you tell me if that was? Let's do this. Well, let's go ahead and bless, cleanse the computer. All right, Spirit, I ask that you bless, cleanse, and neutralize any energy that might be trying to take over the computer. Believe it or not, it happens. All right. We have Saturn entering Aries. So that's going to add for a lot of spontaneity, a lot of things coming up real quick, things that you didn't expect. It could be a lot of fun overall. And one thing about your horoscope, or how you look at anything predictive, if you're expecting the worst, because I mentioned Saturn goes into Aries, and Aries is a fire sign, and Saturn can create a little havoc. But you got to remember, something good always comes out of the cluster, okay? We also have Pluto out there, and it stations retrograde, I believe, on the 4th, which may be today as I film this. So you can expect a little bit of some setbacks for the next 2 weeks on some things. Pluto being retrograde, even though he is a bad guy and a tough, kind of a tough character in cartoons, he is not completely bad when it comes to the horoscope. Let's see here. I got my notes here, and I cannot read my own notes, and I've got the wrong glasses. Actually, it actually makes for a very good time to break bad habits. Okay. So if you're setting out to try to break some bad habits that you've had, this is an ideal time to have it. You know, whether it's smoking, drink too much, eat too much, maybe trying to set a new diet in, this is the time to get it started and get it off the ground. We have a full moon coming up on the 12th. And that full moon is absolutely a good time to release a lot of old baggage. Set those intentions when you're going into a full moon or a new moon. What you want to do. Think about it. And I think that's about it. Kind of the basic of what's going on. All right, we are going to start with Aries and work my way around the zodiac, all 12 signs. All right, let's see here. All right, Aries, welcome back. Let's see what is happening for you guys. What is in the cards? All right, let's see what is going on for Aries. All right, Aries, you have been feeling a little bit out of kilter. Ah, wrong card. Here it is. We've got the Two of Pentacles. No matter what you tried, you felt like you were out of balance. If you made plans to go somewhere, it would fall through because kind of everything felt out of kilter. Everything that you were dealing with for a little bit, Aries, felt out of balance. The big thing that I'm getting is that you felt out of balance financially. Like you didn't have enough balance left. It's getting ready to turn around. You are getting ready to gain a little more solid footing with all of those things that felt out of balance, because we're bringing Jupiter, Saturn into the mix, and it's kind of helped stabilize things. Sometimes they take off too quick and we need somebody to come in and kind of stabilize it. Here's this guy and he's going to come in and try and help stabilize it. We've got the Knight of Wands coming in on a fast horse. Yeah, you could see some changes happen rather quickly. Things that you may have been working on for a long time just could happen. Like, bam. Let's just say you've been working on building a new garage. Haven't been making any headway, having problems, but all of a sudden, bingo, you've got it. The mystery falls, kind of everything falls into place as far as the mystery of what you're trying to get done. You would think it was Mercury retrograde with me trying to talk. All right. We do have the Page of Swords. And, you know, you've been, he's coming in to say that there's going to be a little bit of a plot twist. Things are going to change. Now, you've been working towards your own personal truth. Who am I? What do I want to do in life? What kind of work do I want to do? Absolutely putting forth the effort. Now, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Set your intentions, put it out there. But when you have those moments that you kind of want to go backwards and go, oh, that'll never happen. Stop it, because you're giving it that energy. It will never happen. If you give it the energy of, well, things are going to change, maybe something good could happen. We go right into the Queen of Swords. Stepping into your truth, who you want to be. You're going to be able to find some work that you didn't have for a very, very long time. Maybe in down a kind of a different avenue, different route than what you have been doing for as far as work. And then we have the World card, absolutely. Getting out there, getting things done, seeing things. Aries, this is a time for you guys to really excel in the month of May. All right, I pulled a couple more. One more, please, Spirit. If you're new to the channel, you'll notice I only take jumpers. All right. Oh boy, oh boy. All right. Aries, you may have been dealing with a disappointment. We have the Three of Hearts here. There was something that you wanted and you worked very hard towards it. And I get the feeling that this was a connection with somebody. whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, you really, really kind of worked very hard towards this. That other person, however, wasn't who you thought they were. They have shown their hand, absolutely have let you know who they are. And we have the Hierophant. Okay. Now, oftentimes that card kind of reflects marriage, but that's absolutely, that depiction is of ancient time as a pope. Aries. It may be a time that you might want to turn to some clergy, somebody for counseling, somebody kind of like what I do, somebody that can guide you a little bit. That Hierophant is also a number 5 card, and that means that there's change happening in a situation that may be of the heart, and it may need to dissolve. And that's okay, because we've got the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to be fine. You're going to succeed whether this person is in your life or not. It is something you might have been trying to just kind of separate yourself from them for a little bit, but financially you're going to be able to stand on your own. The 9 is somebody that's independent, entrepreneur, somebody that sets out. It can often be a Virgo. All right, there you have it, Aries. We are moving on to Taurus. All right, Taurus, welcome back. I did set the paranormal flashlight up there, and I apologize to Aries if the flashlight was not there. Spirit, can you give me a wink or blink? Let me know if I have adjusted correctly. When we're working good together, we work good together. They pick up on what I'm thinking before I can say it. All right. This is for Taurus. Let's see what is going on for our Earth sign Taurus. Spirit, can I get some jumpers, please? I don't know why, but I feel like I'm way low in this chair today. Miss Maggie is back there. All right. Yeah, can I get one more, please? All right, Taurus. Wow. Yeah, you're headed the right direction. Absolutely. All right, we have the Hermit card. Yeah, I get the feeling you took a time out with something, kind of a sabbatical. Maybe dropped out of school for a little bit, or what you were trying to learn. Maybe you dropped out of, quit a job. However, while you were out of that and away from it, you began to educate yourself and enlighten yourself. And the Hermit is always finishes their pilgrimage smarter and better equipped than before they start the pilgrimage. So don't hesitate on learning. We have the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign for Taurus. And this page is all about that new direction you're taking after you've come off of mothballs. We also have the Hanged Man card. Yeah, I think you were stuck in a particular situation for quite a while and could not figure out a way to get out of it. Now, you may even have been stuck in a place, like a house that you no longer liked, or an apartment, somewhere where you didn't want to be, and you kind of were, and oftentimes, I intuitively picked this card up with incarceration. Not reincarnation, but incarceration. I'd stop and make sure I got that straight. The hangman doesn't get hung until he gets arrested, tried, and convicted. Thank you, Spirit. So some of you might be dealing with somebody in the family that may have perhaps a DUI, might be driving without a license, but you were somewhere where you didn't want to be. You could have been in jail. And some of you may have been in rehab. I'm going to tell you, no shame. Go ahead and get fixed. Fix yourself. It's the time to do it. And if you happen to be a person that happened to be in rehab, it is the time to go ahead and allow yourself to be fixed. 2 aces. You can't make this shit up. Oh, did I just see an orb go down past me at 1544? All right. Here we are. You really did put in the work. Ace of Wands. It may not have been a big addiction. Maybe you're just addicted to chocolate. But it is something that you've actually put a lot of work into and are kind of pulling yourself out of that. Again, keep it up, Taurus. Man, you are absolutely headed the right direction. You're going to come out of this situation that you have been in a whole lot better than you went in. You hear me say time and time again that something has to fall away. It has to crumble. You have to have damage. Something has to be destroyed before something good can come in. Absolutely. We have to make room for what we're trying to manifest into our lives. And here you are manifesting the hell out of it. Absolutely. Wow. Look at that 9 of Cups sitting there in the catbird seat. You're finally gaining some clarity. You're finally gaining some influence. You're finally gaining some recognition on some of the efforts you have done. You're sitting here at the 9, and that is wrapping up a cycle and able to pick and choose what you would like to have come into your life. All right. A couple more cards for Taurus. Kind of want to give you guys a little bit of an extended reading since I've been so lackadaisical about it. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons down below. And the more comments you throw in the bottom of these videos, the more it helps. And I'm going to tell you guys, wow, did it ever. You're helping me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just comment everything. Little like, wow, I saw the light. Comment, hi, I like the light. Hi, Tina. Anything. Just comment, comment, comment. All right. Taurus, it is a good time to collaborate with other people. Come together with them. That part of that work situation that you had going on might be just the fact that you weren't in the right group of people, not connected to like-minded individuals. It is a time to go ahead and, it's spring. Let's break out. Let's go hang out with people that do the same stuff. Whether you ride motorcycle, whether you ride a tractor, I don't care what it is, but you're going to be out with more people that do the same thing. We actually have the King of Swords here. The fighting is all over. You getting comfortable back there, girl? All right. The fighting's all over. You're stepping away from the anger, the heat, the disappointment, and that's what you're learning to leave behind. Remember when you were a little kid and got disappointed how it hung on and hung on and hung, and now you're learning, I can release that. I can let it go. Let that shit go. And the Empress. You are going to be stepping into your own power again. Taking back your authority. Calling the shots in your life. For a while, you were kind of insecure about it. Didn't want to step out. Don't want to just not poke your head out of the hole because somebody took a pot shot at you. But once you gain that confidence back again, you don't give a damn. Step up, man. You got it. All right, there you have it, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. All right, Gemini, come on in. I'm going to go ahead and burn a little sage in between. I have dealt with some heavy cases over the weekend, and it is Monday. I feel that heavy energy kind of creeping back in, even though it's going to be a nice light week. So I'm going to go ahead and sage a little more often, and actually it's called smudging. It's not called saging. Sage is actually what we use, but I don't know why we say it that way. We're saging. All right. Gemini, let's see what is going on in your world. Wow. You know what? I'm going to leave those out there. I think I need one more for Gemini, though. These readings are for your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. I happen to be a Virgo. However, my personality and everything that's going on in my life, Gemini fits me, and that is my rising sign. So check out what your sun, your moon, or your rising sign is. All right. Getting out of your head, right here we have that dreaded 9 of Swords. Man, something, and this is just hitting home with me. Something has been up in your head, making you doubt, making you worry, bringing about a little bit of anxiety and just overthinking. Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to survive? Am I gonna? Yeah, you are. Absolutely, 100%. Let's go from that 9 right into the next 9. Bam, look at that. Now, from overthinking things to becoming confident, same number. All in how we approach the mindset of welcoming in abundance. God wants everybody to have abundance. Everybody. And until you realize that you are one of God's children and that you are worthy, it will elude you. You have to take on that mindset. You have to drop that mindset of lack, poor, and start taking on that mindset. Here's the guy that's doing it. We've got the 2 of Wands right here. You've already put your prayer out there. Gemini, you've been trying to manifest this. Now, actually, this is the, look at it, that's Gemini, number 2, okay? And you haven't had the feedback to say, am I doing this right? I don't seem to be getting anywhere. Haven't got lucky. Tina says we're going to get lucky, and I didn't get lucky. And well, guess what? It came in the form of a disappointment. Yeah, somebody may have left you, abandoned you, kind of didn't do you right. I get the feeling that somebody financially kind of maybe stole from you. But this card came up upside down. You've worked through this. It is a 5. It speaks very strongly about change and moving forward. In reverse, it does. About abundance. We have the King of Pentacles right here. A little bit of money coming your way also. That little bit of fun money that everybody is going to find, stumble across. The fun money for you might be the fact that maybe your electric bill isn't phenomenal. The fun money for you might be the fact that another bill isn't as bad as you thought, and you're going to have a little extra left. You've got to see the blessings no matter how they come. Stop saying, well, I didn't win the lottery, so you know what? You might have won a lottery you didn't realize you were in. Okay? Of the heart. Last but not least, out of these cards for Gemini, we've got the Sun card. This is the card that is the happiest, the joyous, kind of that happily ever after kind of card. There is a lot of jubilation that's going to come for Taurus. There's something coming up, or not, excuse me, not Taurus, but Gemini. There is something coming up, perhaps the completion of something, a project, construction work, could be completion of, maybe some of you are dealing with, thank you Spirit on light back there, some of you may be dealing with the completion of medical treatment, perhaps radiation or chemo. Thank you Spirit. I want you to know that you're here. You made it. Amen, and thank you, Spirit, on the light. All right, couple more cards real quick for Gemini. One more, please. Oh, there it is. Just flopped right out. All right, the King of Wands. Putting your efforts towards you is not selfish. Like wanting something you never had before is not selfish. Got to have a goal. You got to have something to aim at. It is not selfish. The king can have anything he wants. Nobody ever looks at him being selfish. We have the Emperor card. And that is Gemini stepping into their power, becoming who they have been wanting to be. They're coming into being who they have molded themselves into. Stepping back into your own power. And we have the Judgment card here. Absolutely there, Gemini. Look at that. You may have a second chance at something. Or somebody. Think about it, though. You know, if you got a deadbeat coming back, don't worry about that. However, there is a possibility here at a second opportunity at something. And for some of you, it just might be work. You might get feel like you got laid off, and then they call you back and say, hey, you know what? We got work lined up. So there you have it for Gemini. We are moving on to Cancer. And I will see Cancer in a momentito. I just asked Spirit if they were ready to start back up again. I was getting a drink of coffee and the light came on. I absolutely love it when they're working with me. Spirit, I'm always humbled and blessed. All right, we are starting with a, who are we with now? Cancer. Cancer. All right, I had to stop and check again. Sometimes I take a break from the chair and that makes it hard for me to get, remember where I'm at. All right, let's see what is going on for Cancer. One more here. All right, Cancer. We have the mighty Five of Cups here. You have been trying to change. You've been trying to walk away from something, trying to leave something behind. It was something that wasn't serving you. It could, I get that it's a relationship for many, 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 many of you that you have been afraid to leave behind. Some of you are, you know what, when you break up with somebody, you have to leave some money behind. You may end up to get your favorite sweater. You know, you lose things when you walk away from somebody or something. And that's what's going on here. Is you're leaving something behind. Now, I want you to notice, he's got 2 cups behind him that are up and 3 in front of him that he kicked over. All right? I'm not taking this. I'm not putting up with this. I might leave something. I might lose something. I might leave those 3 cups there. Doesn't mean anything to me. Guess what? We have the 3 of Cups. If you leave that other stuff behind, the busted, broken feelings that you had, something better is going to come around. There's a little bit of celebrating coming on here. This is rejoicing. Cancer, emotionally, you have been healing. It may have been quite a haul for you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely a little bit of a change in energy happening, a complete plot twist. You're going from not wanting to invest time and money in somebody or something to having it, to being able to. We have the High Priestess. Cancer, this is a time when your intuition is beginning to ramp up a little bit. You're feeling things a little more. You think about, you know what, I haven't heard from Uncle Glenn in a little bit, and Uncle Glenn calls. You know what, the dog hasn't needed out for a little bit, and all of a sudden the dog comes to you. You're going to see things that you're on the same wavelength a few seconds before it happens. Your intuition somewhere near that full moon, and that takes place May the 12th, is going to be freaking spot on. And we have the Lovers card. Everything that you're dealing with right now is a karmic event that you have been working towards. That Lovers card isn't necessarily speaking of a love connection, but more of something karmic, something that was meant to happen. One more card here to help clarify and validate that Lovers card. Yeah, some of you may actually be giving a second try to a love connection. You may have broken up. Somebody's coming back around for maybe give you an apology that they owe you. Very rarely does that happen, but if they do, shut your damn mouth and say thank you. Okay? We have a tendency to get a little bitchy when somebody hurts us or leaves us or abandons us. So here you have it. That Judgment card. We also have the Four of Cups, which is kind of cool because it's your chance to be in charge, to take control. Thank you, Spirit and the Light. That's the Ace of Cups coming out. You hung in there long enough that you're going to be able to pick and choose. And we have the Fool card. You know what? You may have said it 100 times. Oh, if only I could start over. If only I could clear the slate. If only I could give it another shot. It's going to be your time. It's going to be your chance. You're going to be able to start over. You're going to be able to reinvent yourself here. It has been a long time coming for you, Cancers, but man, you got it. You got it. All right, moving on to Leo, I believe. All right, welcome in, Leos. What is going on in your world? Please drop down, hit that like button, comment the hell out of these videos. That does help me get into the algorithms. When you guys throw a lot of comments on my videos, YouTube picks up my videos and shows them to more of the general public. All right, let's see what is happening for Leo here. Some of the same cards keep coming out, and that is the energy of the collective overall. We have, where do I want to start? It's crazy because some of these keep coming out together too. So I like seeing that. It validates the energy of the collective. We've got the World card. Leo, if you notice, the bottom corner of that card, there is a Taurus on one side and Leo on the other side. They're in this card. This is a time you're going to step out into the world. You're going to become more recognized, more, what do I want to call it? A few more pats on the back for something that you've already done. Some recognition definitely coming around. And it's going to be a big shock to you because you've put yourself in this mental confinement. Pretty negative, pretty dark. I can't do that. You know, other people can. They're prettier. I'm not coordinated enough. I don't do good with numbers. You put yourself here. Leo, you did. You put yourself here. Got to get to here. Okay. So we're going to leave these old thought patterns behind. And this is an air card. This is about getting up in your head way too much now. Leo, you're going to step into some financial stability. You haven't had that in a while. You're going to achieve something financially that has been a goal. You've had your mind set on it. It might be just a $5 a week raise, but it's coming. Everybody's got a little bit of some kind of abundance. Let me know in the comments down below what your abundance might be, what you're aiming for. Let me know if you obtained any abundance. Hit me in the comments. We've got the Two of Wands. Leo, you have been praying, chanting, singing, trying to manifest this new life. There it is. You've been working at it. Just trying to reel it in. Absolutely just trying to reel in this new life. I don't know if you're going to get there or not. Two of the best cards in the deck. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Either way, financially you're going to be okay. Absolutely. You've got that financial abundance that's going to be hitting you. Now, for some of you, you might just get lucky. One of my favorite times of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's out there for Leo. Where was I going with that? I got sidetracked with that, spotting the time and showing you guys. That Nine of Pentacles is about the financial abundance that's going to be coming. And for some of you, it could be lucky. You might be buying a raffle ticket, a lottery ticket. Never gamble more than you can afford to lose, and that's gambling. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, because that's almost gambling. But it's coming your direction. That other nine is saying, look, you're going to be sitting in a position to be able to take care of the bills that you had. Just the basics. He is actually storing up for winter back there. So some of you are already thinking about storing up things. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. I missed when that came on. And that was absolutely praying to get it out there. That Two of Wands. All right, grabbing another deck here, trying to get a little bit of validation. And, oh, these are flipping really nice. It's a brand new deck, and to me it's, well, a couple years old. They're still slippery. Another 9. So you have 3 9s on the table, Leo, giving you extra strength. Each 9, when they come together like that, they kind of prop each other up and give that a little more oomph. And right here, you've got this 9. Now, this talks about the experience you have going into this new situation. Like, you've already done it, so you know how to do it. You're going to hit the ground with you're going to hit the ground running. Your feet are in motion. We have the Tower card. Now, everything going so smooth is almost impossible. So you're going to have some little setback. This card came up in reverse, so it's not going to be anything big, not going to be anything major, and you might already be working through this setback right now. No big deal, because again, here we have the Queen of the pocketbooks right here, the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, it is so karmic and written in the stars that you are going to have abundance, that you can't hold this back. That Queen of Pentacles is there to say, I'm pretty confident about this. So there you have it, Leos. All right, getting ready to move on to good old Virgos. And I will see you in a moment with my Virgos. Welcome back, Virgos. Come on in. Let me remind you guys to hit that like, subscribe, and please share these videos. And every comment that you throw in down below in the comment section helps me. Every time you throw a little bit of a comment in there, YouTube does pick up my videos and pops it out there for the general public. And I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Love you, love you, love you. All right. Let's see what's going on for Virgos here. I need a couple more jumpers, please, Spirit. All right. Thank you, Spirit, on the light also. All right. Let's see what's happening here for Virgo. All right. It's good. Shits could get real here. We have the Magician. Number 1 card. Absolutely number 1. It's not the first card in the tarot deck. That is a 0 card. And that's this guy over here, the Fool. This is the number 1 card. As a being of God, you have been given every gift you need for this planet and your life, the soul contract you signed up for. Everything. You've already been given it. And that's exactly what this card is. The Magician has been given one of everything to go out and do his work. I almost feel like that card's talking to me. Given a little bit of everything to do, perhaps this type of work or the work that you normally do. We have the 5 of Swords right here. There was some tough trials and tribulations happening. There was definitely a few battles, a lot of disappointment. Nothing seemed to go your way. Virgo, you held on to that mindset, though, for a long time. How do you welcome in anything better if you can't let that mindset go? How do you welcome in something better if you can't let that mindset go? Let's see. How do you do that? Well, first off, we're going to go over here to the Moon card. You were very emotional all over the damn planet with how you were feeling and the disappointment you dealt with. This kept you down. A lot of depression. lot of seclusion also. Not getting out, not doing much. And then we have the Hangman. Now, that Hangman is about beginning to look at things through somebody else's eyes, looking at things with a different perspective. Like you finally told yourself, like, let that shit go and look at it differently. When I said I was speaking to myself, or that card was talking to me, I literally got that impression right away because I have tried to develop that. And you should too. Look at any situation that's happening through the other person's eyes. Why did they say that? Why did they do that? What kind of heartache did they deal with? What kind of pain is in their past? It's not all about you, but it's how you deal with other people that come through your life. Enlightening yourself a little bit there. We also have the Six of Cups. Look, things are starting to get a little bit better, a lot better maybe. Could be somebody new coming into your life, into your social circle. More friends, more acquaintances, more fun. Also could be just the fact that you might be hanging out with some family, somebody that you are related to. And we have the Four of Wands. The 1111 card. Wow. New opportunities coming for Virgo. In a big way, actually. A lot of recognition seems to be coming. Some popularity. Being able to celebrate some achievements that you have been working towards. All right, grab the other deck here. Let's see if we can. One more card, please. You had a little bit of a mindset that was holding you back. We have the Devil card here. You were almost addicted to, I can't do it. I know a lot of you Virgos that are like that. Addicted to, I could never do that. Oh, I probably couldn't do that. Nah, I can't do that. I tried to lose weight and I couldn't. You know, I tried to paint a picture and I couldn't. You know, I can't do that. You know what? The sky was upside down. And that's where he needs to be. But you're releasing that habitual way that you have been thinking. Nine of Wands also was in reverse. That is telling me that you have been through the mill. You have been through, you've been beat on the head with every one of these 9 wands. It's been a long, hard battle. Every step of the way. You would just get one thing out of your way and there would be something else, another hurdle would show up. It just didn't go fast, didn't go good, didn't go quick. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. All right. Now, Virgo, this is an earth sign card. It is about standing back and she's watching her efforts become real. Her plant is beginning to put off fruit. Your work is going to pay off. It's coming around. Absolutely. You're going to see some luck. You're going to see some success. All you have to do now is just stand back and watch it. Don't get in your own way. It's time to relax. It's time to not struggle, because sometimes when we struggle hard for something, we're throwing the wrong kind of energy at it. Sometimes we just have to let it flow. All right. there we had Virgo. We are moving on to Libra. All right, welcome back, Libra. Just burning a little more sage, neutralizing the energy in the office. Usually when I do these longer videos, I do this a couple times throughout the reading, just to kind of bless, cleanse, and neutralize the space. All right, Libra. Let me get you to go down, drop down there, hit that like button. Please subscribe and share these videos. Every comment you throw in the comments down below helps me. If you write one word, a comment, and throw 4 or 5 comments in there, please do. It does. It helps get my videos into the general public. All right, let's see what is going on for Libra. And I think I've got enough right there. Have I got enough? I don't know. Give me one more, Spirit. Let's see. For Libra. There we go. Aha. We have the 3 of Pentacles coming up here. We have a good time coming up to collaborate with other people. Somebody that does the same thing as you is out there with new insights, new advice, new approaches. Don't be afraid to get out there and socialize a little bit. Go meet people. Get into a club that does what you do. If you maybe you are an amateur gold miner, gold hunter. And you pan rivers to look for gold. There's groups that do that. Get in it. Go see life. Libra, you also have two knights that came up. Telling me you have 2 different directions that you kind of want to head into in your life. The Knight of Swords is about one direction you kind of wanted to go into was becoming more of an expert at something, whatever pastime. If you're a hunter, you want to be a better marksman. If you're a fisherman, you're trying to be better at that. If you throw javelin, if you ride motorcycle, if you are just a cook in the kitchen, thank you, Spirit on the Light, you're aiming towards that expertise. This knight is saying, yep, you're going to get it. You're gonna get your expertise. You're working towards it. You're going to get the accolades that go with it. Some kind of acclamation is coming out of what it is that you're doing. You could be recognized for your efforts in improving something. Somebody will tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, job well done. We have the 5 of Cups. I get the feeling you're putting an old mindset behind and taking on new ways of thinking. And not just with trying to become more positive in your mindset and in your life. You're letting an old way of doing something. Maybe it's a job or a task that you had that maybe you did 30 years, always did it this way, and then all of a sudden you find a little different way to do it. Oh, why didn't I do this years ago? It's going to happen. 2 of Pentacles. Why didn't I cut this thinking out years ago? Why did I hang on to this? You're going to cut something out of your life that hasn't been serving you. Very likely could just be some thought processes that have stuck with you, that have been passed down to you from your parents. We also have the Empress. And that is being top of your game. You know, the Empress is over top all the queens. This new way of thinking, this new way of working is absolutely going to bring about some great advancements, some great changes. I see some abundance coming out of that as far as work. Actually, take that back. Abundance coming out of that as far as I see food. Like you may have been cutting back on your food budget because you needed to take care of something, and I see that changing. She has pomegranates on her dress, and pomegranates are a very old symbol for prosperity. So it's coming. We have the Queen of Swords in another deck, and this Queen is about, it's still time to kind of watch and bite your tongue, okay? You could get a little bitchy. You could get a little sharp-tongued, and there's no need for it, okay? And that's part of what the thought processes were that you have been trying to change, trying to come out of, trying to lay new game plans for yourself. You can do this. You can do this. I'm here to tell you, I see it. You can do this. We also have the Nine of, oh, not the Nine of anything. It's the Hermit, but it is a 9 card. And the Hermit is about educating yourself. Something happening here that you are going to be, I actually see somebody sitting at the computer taking a test. You have educated yourself. You have been learning. You might be trying to become a veterinary assistant online. It's something online, and you're going to see that diploma, that completed class. Something there is going to, it's a 9. It's about wrapping up. And we've got the Lover's card. That is absolutely about this being an entirely karmic situation, that things happen the way they did, that you went down the path that you did go down, that you actually needed to go this way. You needed to stumble and fall to kind of finally pick yourself up and go, you know what, I've had enough of that. I'm taking my life the way I want it now. It's going my direction. All right, moving on to Scorpios. To Scorpio in a moment. Welcome back, Scorpios. I'm going to head and burn a little bit of sage here in between readings just to bless, cleanse, and neutralize. Like I said, I had a heavy weekend. Some dark cases that I had worked on. I'm neutralizing a little more often this reading for Scorpio. By the way, Scorpios, let me get you to drop down right now. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Just mash it. And please share these videos. Also, I'm asking you to comment as much as you can. Say hello, how you doing? And you can even do those in 2 separate comments. Every time you make a comment, it does help get my videos out to the general public. All right, let's see what's going on for Scorpio. I do have the paranormal flashlight set up back there. It has kind of been working off and on today. One more, please, for Scorpio. All right. Scorpio, we have the Chariot card. You're moving the right direction. Yeah, you are. Wow, look at this. Absolutely moving the right direction. You have followed your intuition on this most of the way. This has got a lot to do with work. It's got a lot to do with income. but I see you moving the right direction. You may have been in a position or a job that just didn't fit you spiritually. Maybe you had to do things you didn't feel were right. I worked for social services. Some of the things they had us document on paperwork was not right, was not truthful, was not accurate. Somebody is doing this because that's your job, and you like can't do it anymore. Cannot do it anymore. It's not right. It's not truthful. We have the Page of Wands. Yep, coming in and say, look, I am going to take this wand and I'm going to stir up the energy and finally bring something new around in your vicinity, Scorpio, and be ready. Okay, the universe is starting to throw abundance at you, so get ready. We have the Strength card. That Strength card is saying you persevered. You hung on. You made it. You didn't give up. There was times you wanted to. There was times you wanted to go, oh, F this. I can't do this anymore. It was against your principles. Something that was fiction, not real. It was fabricated, and you're not putting up with it. We have 2 6s. So they are supporting each other. 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands is saying you're on the way to that victory. Okay? And that's what he's doing. He's riding that horse into victory with that laurel wreath on his wand there. It's also a card that I associate with work, because wands can be made into so many tools. Axe handle, shovel handle, pry bar, whatever. So this is related to work for you. I think there's a change coming in there, all because of that page back there. And he was stirring with a wand, and we're going to give you this Ace of Wands to go, hey, we're headed the right direction here, along with that wand that the page was carrying. But back to that other 6, that's about financial abundance, about finally seeing a couple bucks extra at the end of the month. Scorpio, you spent so much time. I wonder if I'm going to make the bills this month. I wonder, can I do that? Take on the new mindset. Drop the lack. I don't think I can do it. Drop that. Scorpio, you got this. You got this. All right, a couple more cards from another deck just to validate for Scorpio. Yeah, it has been a repeating pattern for you. Up and down, up and down. I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to stay at this job. I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to stay at it. Finally, here we are. That motorcycle is there to help you get out of Dodge. It's a job you didn't like. It's a job you didn't. Maybe you weren't even being treated fairly. And that's okay. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a job. It could very likely be the family pecking order. Maybe people in the family didn't appreciate you, who you were, but this is a repeating cycle for you. We've got the Queen of Cups. You're putting a whole lot more love into this than you did too. A whole lot more love in your family life. You might finally be saying, I love you more often. To the kids, to the dog, to the spouse. You know, tell him you love him a little more often. Mean it. Like when I tell you guys that I say, I love you, I really do. And we have the Four of Wands. Scorpio, you're setting out that there's opportunity here that you cannot miss. Okay, 111. Absolutely validating those three ones and four ones. Here we go. That is absolutely talking about you finally getting to the finish line with this project, this whole process that you have been working on. Wow, great energy. Great energy. All right, I am moving on to, I do believe, Sagittarius is next. Come on, Sag. Let's see what you guys have. Welcome back, Sagittarius. Let's see what is going on for you guys. I've been letting everybody know, please hit that like and subscribe buttons if you would. Drop down and leave a couple comments. Those comments help so much. And I got to thank you for everything you've been doing about helping me keep these videos up. If I don't see some big recognition from YouTube by the end of July, I am going to change up something. I may quit doing videos. All right. And one more for Sagittarius. Oh, jumping Gemini. Oh, jumping Gemini. I felt this for Sag. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. This is the tough one for today. All right, thank you, Spirit on Light. I am going to try and throw some light on this and pick it up at the tail end, so I know you guys know how to work your way through it. All right. Sagittarius, according to the cards that I see here and the way they fell, first off, we have the Magician card. Are you dabbling with fucking black magic? Yeah, I said that. Talking to the devil. Voodoo dolls. Incantations, spells. Trying to wish somebody else harm will always come back in a big way. Now, you often hear me talk about witchcraft, and I think you should steer clear of it, because you cannot manipulate energy without there being a repercussion somewhere else. It is just so hard. We had that Magician, and the next card we have is the Tower moment. You've been living in this Tower moment for a while now. There is a big change stirring up in your household. Something new has come in. Some changes have happened. You're not liking the hierarchy of this arrangement. Now, it could be for some of you, it could be just a work situation. Maybe you don't like the new person that's come in, that there's been some arguing and some, disagreements going on. We have the fiery red Knight of Wands right here. This could have been a situation that came about just purely for sex. Maybe started out as a booty call. Now, I get the feeling you're stepping away from this connection, this house, this particular situation, and you're separating yourself from it. You're pulling away from it. You've had all you can take on this. Yeah, you're actually considering moving. We've got the six of movement here, six of swords. You're not sure if it's going to take you to the right place or not, though. You have done this, Sagittarius. I get the feeling you have done this and reinvented yourself, started over, regrouped. I get the feeling you have done this so many times that you could literally hit the ground running again. If you're making these changes for you and your betterment and not because you're mad at somebody, you cannot do anything in your life to spite somebody else and not expect that to blow back up in your face. You have, we got the three of swords. There was a huge disappointment in this situation. Huge disappointment. I think you got shoved at the bottom of the pecking order here. We've got the Strength card. It could even be a Leo that you're dealing with, because this is a pretty prominent card with a Leo on it. That's the Strength card, though. That card is telling me that all you need to do is persevere here just a little bit. You're headed the right direction because you're finally doing it for your own improvement, your own betterment. You're not doing this to just get because you're mad and you're pissed off at somebody else. And don't be dabbling with the black magic, because anything you throw out at somebody else comes back threefold, fivefold, tenfold. Depends on, I don't know all the witchy stuff, but you cannot throw bad energy at somebody and not expect it to come back. All right, grabbing another deck here. Let's see if we can get a couple more cards to validate that reading for Sagittarius. Oh yeah, I said I wanted to get something upbeat. Now, we have that Three of Swords, which says there's too many players on the field. We have the Three of Cups, and whenever they come up together, that is exactly that. There is a new person that is in this situation that is putting their input in. Somebody is swaying somebody else's point of view. They are getting a lot of attention is what I see. So those two threes are telling me that you're dealing with too many players on the field. It could be a mother-in-law that's putting their input in. It could be somebody at work that's telling her that, you're not happy. Let them do what they want to do, but you need to, Sagittarius, you need to work on this for you. Now, I said I wanted to leave this up because those have got to be some of the shittiest cards I've seen in a long time. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This move, this change that you have been putting off doing, you're afraid, don't want to do it again, don't want to start over. Can I do it? Can I do this by myself? Reluctant, scared. Here's the Ace of Pentacles saying, you're going to make it financially. Wheel of Fortune, you're going to make it financially. I get the feeling that somebody in the household or the job or the current situation is taking away from you financially. Either they're not paying you near what you're worth, not paying you what they agreed on. And as you make that move, you're going to go, oh, wow, I have more money. You either get paid more or you're able to do more with the money that you have. Right there. Wow, Sag. Yeah, you guys hang in there. I know it was kind of a crappy few months coming out of winter for you guys, but I see some better things coming your direction. All right, who's after Sag? Capricorn. Where's my Cappies at? All right, Capricorn, you're next. All right, Capricorn, come on in. Whether you are Capricorn in your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, we are about to see what the cards have for you. I happen to be Capricorn in my moon. And that is, your moon sign is where, kind of where your personality really is, the dark side of you, the fears, the worries. All right. Whoa, too many. That was a whole chapter. All right. Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. Spirit, can I get some jumpers here? All right, Cap. I just got done saying, ooh. Now this is, what? I've never seen this happen in my entire life. Out of 7 cards, 4 are kings, and the other 3 are major arcana. This is one of a kind. I've never seen this come up. 4 kings. I was almost ready to say something about we 3 kings of the Orient, and the 4th one came out. Wow. Capricorn, talk about some strength and control that is coming out of this. All right, Capricorn, hit that like, subscribe, and share buttons, would you? Also, make sure you comment down below. Throw a couple comments in there. Your comments help a lot. We're going to leave those 4 kings aside, because that is what it is. It just talks about strength, unity. It's where you're going. Let me tell you, Capricorn, where you were was caca. We have the moon card. A lot of emotion, a lot of fear. You may have been almost bipolar, up and down. Personally, kind of went that way over the winter. Everybody had a little bit of that going around where you felt elated 1 minute and then fearful the next, up and down. Everybody had it. And that's kind of where you're coming out of that, Capricorn. Coming out of that. You know how you're coming out of it? On a Harley. Or your own means of movement, your own transportation. You're taking yourself out of that dark despair. There was a minute there that you almost lost all hope. Like, I am never going to accomplish anything. I am never going to regroup. I am never going to obtain. I am never. And something went all to hell in a handbasket. Fell all the fuck apart. We got the death card. The death card is actually my favorite card of the tarot deck. It talks about complete destruction. Letting something go. Transforming. A lot of transformation. And some of you that follow me know that I have described this card in the past as like a ugly forest fire. Went through the countryside. It burned everything black and charred. Nothing. Oh man, it looks bleak and I just want to give up. Then it rained. And a little drop of rain helped 1 seed sprout. And then 2 seeds sprout. And then pretty soon you have a whole new forest growing. You have to let something go in order to welcome anything else in. You have to make room in your life. You have to make room in your energy for something new to come in. Four Kings is what's coming. Stability. Okay. Abundance financially. Stability in work or housing even. Okay. Sticks build houses. Stability in love and prosperity and abundance. And stability in your own personal truth. You are at a point in your life, at a stage that very few people can acquire this. I've never seen this happen in all my years. I'm doing more than 30 years doing tarot cards. 4 Kings and 3 major arcana for Capricorn. I am going to pull a couple more cards here just to kind of validate what's going on, if I can. Okay, that one wanted out. I almost bent it in half. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got there. Yeah, there's a whole energy switch that's coming up. We've got the Page of Wands that comes in. Little dude's coming out there with that wand, and he's going to stir the pot a little bit and say, sometimes you have to detonate the bomb in order to get rid of it. Call the bomb squad in. They get it. They contain it. They blow it up in there and then move on to something new. That's what he's doing. He's going to poke a stick at the bear. And let's see here. Oh, here's the other card. We've got the 8 of Cups. There you are, leaving it behind, walking away from it. Like, all right, it's done. It's over. I'm headed out. I'm starting my new life. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not backing up and I'm not backing down. I got this. Last but not least, we have the 6 of Wands. This is going to take you in a better direction towards victory, towards what you have been trying to achieve. It is going to finally take you to just being happy. Just being happy. All right, there you have it for Capricorn. We are moving on to Aquarius. Come on, Air Aquarius, where are you? All right, welcome back, Aquarius. If I could get you to drop down, hit that like and subscribe buttons if you would. And I have been asking everybody to comment like crazy, because I'm noticing that the comments down below in the comment description box down below, your comments help me an awful lot. I'm actually trying to get a little chunk of Palo Santo going here. Give me a moment. I think that might just be enough. And there it is. Neutralizing the energy in between here. We are on Aquarius. Welcome in Aquarius, you guys. Let's see what is going on. One more, please. Just for one. And there it is. All right, Aquarius. Oh, you guys, Gemini. What do we got going on here? All right, Aquarius, you're headed there. You're headed there. You're headed the right direction, actually. We've got... You weren't matched with somebody at all. It absolutely mismatched. We've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Wrong job, wrong spouse, wrong house, wrong team, wrong location, just mismatched. Although Aquarius, you've been making it happen, making it work. For some of you, that could be an opposites attract type of marriage. because you've got the king and a queen of two different suits. We also have the devil card, Aquarius. That is speaking to me about your vices. You have a few bad habits you have been trying to eliminate, whether it's smoking, drinking, too much chocolate, too much caffeine, whatever it might be. You have been trying to improve on yourself, trying to make some kind of changes happen. Just some bad habits, that's all. And we all have them. And from time to time, we all need to get them in check. But we do. We all have some bad habits. We also have the Seven of Swords. There was a little bit of betrayal. I feel like you had to look over your shoulder for a little bit, keeping an eye on that other half. I get the feeling that they may kind of be I don't think they were stealing from you, but they were hiding something from you. There was some truth that they've been leaving out. Now, we have the Knight of Cups and the Death card next, okay? And I want you to take a look at these cards of how similar they are. The horse is almost postured the same. The guys on the horse is almost postured the same. The banners coming out of their helmets are almost flaring out the same way. Awful lot of similarity here. Now, the Knight of Cups is the guy that, or the woman, or the person that has come in, that you may currently be dealing with. May have been a little narcissistic. Not a lot of truth there. They couldn't take the blame for anything if it was their fault. No way. If they tripped on the rug, it was whoever had laid the carpet last 10 years ago. That's that night. He's riding the hell out of there. Now we've got the Death card coming in to take that night out. He's rolling in and saying, look, we're going to do things different here. There's something better coming, but you've got to release this guy, this person, this situation, this location, this employment, whatever it is for you. Well, you'll feel it. If it resonates, you'll know it. And that Death card is saying that it's got to change up. You've got to let something go. One more card, please, for Aquarius. Yeah, don't be afraid. We have the Two of Pentacles. It is going to feel really out of balance for a minute. Anytime you start anything new, it just feels out of whack. You know, it's going to feel wonky. Like you're free falling almost. You don't have a safety net to fall back on. That's kind of how it's going to feel for a minute. We've got a page coming in, and he's going to say, look, you hang in there, and I'm going to bring you this cup with a fish in it. Okay? That's abundance. Now, everybody, for all the Aquariuses, your abundance may be different from every other Aquarius. Could be abundance of kids, family, money, beautiful things in nature. Your abundance is going to be different than somebody else's. But we have the Hermit, and that Hermit is talking about enlightening and educating yourself more. Coming out of this being rather talented and accomplished. I even see some of you attempting a new career, maybe. Move in a little different direction with that. But Aquarius, you got this. You got this. Tough reading for you guys, but you got this. It's going to come into balance for you. All right, moving on. Last but not least, we are moving on to this doggone fish. Come on, Pisces, where are you guys at? All right, welcome back, Pisces. Let's see what is in the cards for you guys. Let me get you to drop down, hit that like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you make a couple comments down below in the comments. Say anything. Hello, Tina, thank you. Tell me what your sign is, where you're at, anything, because your comments have been helping me get a few more views on YouTube. And thank you for all you guys do. I can't thank you guys enough. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on for Pisces. All right, Pisces, things started out a little crappy for you, but you're turning it around in a big way. We have the Eight of Air. The Eight of Air. The Eight of Swords. You were up in your head too much about the whole situation. You put yourself in a self-imposed prison. You did not have to suffer through this. You tortured yourself the whole way. And you have a tendency to do that. Your insecurities get the best of you. You go to the worst case scenario. It just doesn't feel good to be confined here. You're thinking your situations are holding you back. But it's you. Your own mental status that you've taken on. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be a little protective of finance right now. You are coming out of the fog financially too. That Four of Pentacles is actually a reflection of your deepest fears. That's a Capricorn card. And going without money or not, you know, don't know whether you're going to get the bills paid this month, it means a lot to you. There's a sense of security there that you don't always have. When money's not good, a lot of people feel insecure. We have the Queen of Wands. Now, this queen she's pretty confident, and you know what? She's gentle and she's kind. She has that little black cat sitting down there by her feet. Pisces, that's you. That's absolutely you. Your soft strength, because Pisces isn't very flamboyant, and you're not out there and in people's faces, so to speak. And that literally is your energy holding back. You have a tendency to wait to see what happens before you respond. Instead of you're a reactor to whatever's thrown at you. You've learned how to tuck and roll. You know, it hasn't been easy. We've got Six of Wands. It's going to get easier. That Six is about getting to the finish line. You didn't think you would get something completed. You didn't think you'd get it finished. Whether it is sticking out some schooling, sticking out an apprenticeship program, but you're getting there. You're going to see that finish line coming into view. This might even be a health and fitness program that you're taking on for yourself. You didn't think you could get it accomplished, and you will. We also have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're going to see some abundance come out of this that you haven't expected. You've been so long working your way to this point. It's like you forgot there was a goal line. Like, just get up and get at it every day. Back up, get at it. Got to go to work. Get up, go at it. You forgot the finish line was there. It's coming. It's coming to you. You don't have to keep on the gas pedal here. Back up, throttle back a little bit. All right. Yep, wrapping it up. We have the 8 of Wands here. Now, you could be receiving a message from somebody that you haven't heard from for a while. And some of you could be getting a message back about maybe that call back on a job, second interview. Something is coming up in regards to work. And last but not least, the 10 of Pentacles. Absolutely abundance. All about family. All about happiness. Just learning how to be happy. There's family involved here too, with this 10. So there's going to be a time for you to celebrate, to rejoice. You're almost at the finish line. You got it. You got this. All right, Pisces, there you have it. All 12 signs. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to these videos. And like I said, make those comments. And you guys know that I never leave you, that I don't bless you with love and light. See you soon.